Welcome back to Crafting a Story with Miss Nikki and me, Benny. It's great to see you. This week is National Fall Foliage Week. Foliage is just another word for leaves, so we're going to talk about how leaves change color and they turn so pretty in the fall. So today we're going to read the story, It's Fall, by Glaser, and then we're going to make our own cotton ball autumn tree. It'll be really cool and fluffy. So let's go ahead, let's get to our story.
It's Fall by Glaser. Cut paper illustrations by Susan Swan. I skip and swish through autumn leaves. They crunch and crackle under my feet and whoosh and whirl all around me. Red, orange, yellow, gold, and brown. A wind swoops up. More leaves fall down. It's fall. I help rake a big pile of leaves. Whee! I jump in and sink deep. I hide inside. It smells sharp and sweet. Leaves prickle and tickle all over me. I wait and wait. Then, pop! It's me! We hear the wild honking of migrating geese as they fly way up overhead in V's. A hawk soars up in a sweeping glide, and there go some monarch butterflies. They're all heading south where it's warm because colder days are coming soon. It's fall. Animals are hiding all around me. They're getting ready to hibernate in deep sleep. Ladybugs hide in pine cones and under bark and leaves. Earthworms tunnel way down where earth doesn't freeze. Frogs burrow in lake bottoms under the mud. A raccoon finds a safe spot in a hollow log. A chipmunk stores piles of seeds underground. Soon they'll all be asleep for a long time. Gray squirrels scamper around finding acorns and nuts. They'll be awake all winter, so they have to fatten up. It's fall. The air is turning crisp and cold. It's time to wear our warmer clothes. We put on jackets and pants and long sleeves to keep us warm when it turns breezy. The sun goes down so early now. We wait and watch the sky grow dark. We see the great big harvest moon rise up and up and up. Wherever we go, we find flowers and weeds drying out and scattering seeds. We float silky parachutes of dry milkweed. Birds land on our dry sunflowers and eat the seeds. Tall, dry cattails whisper and rattle. Crisp leaves swish and rustle and chatter. It's fall. We collect acorns and pine cones and pretty leaves. I choose a great big pumpkin. We carve a face and roast the seeds. One day in our garden, we dig some holes. We plant crocuses and tulips and daffodil bulbs. I try to picture how they'll look a long time from now when they finally come up. Then one day, I notice that the trees are all bare. Leaves have fallen everywhere. There's an icy chill in the air. Soon, very soon, winter will be here. But right now, it's still fall. I gather handfuls of autumn leaves. I toss them up. They swirl down on me. It's fall, it's fall. I love it all. It's fall. Nature activities to do in the fall. Go to an apple orchard and pick apples. Visit a pumpkin patch and choose a pumpkin. Collect autumn leaves. Place them in an old telephone book. Set some heavy books on top to press and dry the leaves. Make leaf rubbings. Put a leaf under a piece of paper. Use the side of a crayon and rub over the leaf. Notice the different shapes and vein patterns that form on the paper. Collect dry flower seeds and pods from the garden to plant in the spring. If you collect wildflower seeds, only take the ones that are plentiful. Lay seeds out to dry and store them in a cool, dry place until spring planting. Collect garden flowers or wildflowers that are plentiful. Hang them upside down to dry, and when they get stiff, arrange them in a vase. Statice, straw flowers, and baby's breath all work very well. Compare seed pods that you find. Notice the many different ways that seeds travel. Make a seed mosaic. Glue different seeds on a stiff paper or cardboard in a pretty design or picture. In early fall, find a field of milkweed with monarch eggs or monarch caterpillars. Collect a few. Also collect plenty of milkweed leaves to feed them. Watch the caterpillars grow and form chrysalides. Once they emerge, set the monarch butterflies free on a warm, sunny day. If you plant milkweed seeds in your yard, milkweed plants will grow in the spring, and then monarch butterflies may come and lay eggs on them. Plant your favorite flowering bulbs in the yard. After winter, they will grow and bloom. If you don't have a yard, put the bulbs in the refrigerator for 6 weeks. Then plant them inside a pot. Keep them watered and they will bloom in your house. Plant some large cloves of garlic outside. They'll come up in the spring and be ready for you to harvest late next summer. Start a leaf compost pile. Pile leaves in a far corner of the yard. Let the pile sit and decay. If you turn it over, it will decay even faster. In a year or two, it will all be composted and ready to add to your garden. Some fun things to plant in the summer for the fall harvest: gourds, pumpkins, sunflowers. Sunflowers that bloom in the fall if planted in spring: asters, chrysanthemums, dahlias, black-eyed Susans, straw flowers, statice. After dinner, go outside at night with a grown-up. Watch the moon and stars appear. Take photos of one tree all during fall and notice the changes. Follow the migration of animals on Johnny North on the internet, www.learner.org/jnorth. About the author and illustrator. Linda Glaser is the author of many successful nonfiction picture books on natural history subjects. Her books, Spectacular Spiders, Compost, Wonderful Worms, and Our Big Home, an Earth Poem, were all named Outstanding Science Trade Books for Children by the Children's Book Council, National Science Teachers Association. In addition to teaching and writing, she conducts writing workshops for school children and for adults. She lives in Minnesota. For It's Fall, Susan Swan created 3-dimensional cut paper artwork. First, she selected her papers and then hand-painted them to get the colors and textures she needed to achieve the palette of fall. She then layered the paper to accomplish the dramatic sense of depth that gives life to each piece of art. Finally, Susan's husband, Terry, photographed the finished artwork with lighting that accents the shadows of the paper. Susan and her husband are, professionally, Swan and Raspberry Studios, and they live in Texas. The end. Okay, for our fall foliage craft, we are going to make a cotton ball autumn tree. And remember, foliage is just another name for leaves, and autumn is just another name for fall. And what you're going to need is a tree. I have this template here. These are just all clip art from Google Images, actually. There is a little sunshine that I made here, but the printer's really bad, so kind of got yucky, but it's going to be covered with cotton balls anyway. I just did that for me. So we have that. I have a tray to paint on just because you need cotton balls. I have about 30. You're going to need some glue, which I have right here. I just have the one in the little cup instead of a glue stick or a glue bottle, because I'm just going to dip the cotton balls right in there. I did put paper down just in case. And then you're going to need paints. These are tempera paints I got at Dollar Tree. They're a little more watery than I normally would like for paints, but since we want them to be absorbed by the cotton balls, the watery isn't going to hurt it. So I'm going to move those out of the way. That's a later step. Plus I went ahead and put them on a plate just to make them easier to paint with. And then you're going to need paintbrushes. And me being me, of course, I got the same colors. You'll want to normally pick fall colors to do them with. But if you want to be fancy and make them purple and pink and neon or whatever, go for it. It's your tree. It's your foliage. It's whatever. And the last thing you're going to need is my favorite, of course, glitter. Now, normally I favor silver glitter, but I thought for fall, gold would kind of stand out a little better. So we'll go ahead and just glue these on the tree. The directions on the Pinterest page I found, which is listed there. Says just dip them in the glue and put them on. If you want, you can kind of fluff them up a bit. I have about 30 here. You might need more, you might need less. It's up to you. Okay, so I got them all glued on. 30 was just about perfect there. I'm just gonna let these dry for a few minutes and then we'll start to paint. Okay, so it's still a little bit wet, but it's staying on pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start painting. Between the glue and the paint, we should be able to get the glitter to stick on really well. Like I said, I'm using liquid tempera. You could use watercolors. You could even try food coloring, because this would really absorb it a lot. So do what you want. I'm just gonna go ahead, get started. Just dip it in and let it soak in there. Okay, so there we go. Very fall looking. I had some paint dribbles around, so I just made leaves with my finger, dipping it in the paint. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of glitter. You know how much I love glitter, but let's try not to go overboard like I always do. Just take like a pinch and just kind of do dish. Oh, that's pretty. If you overdo it, I guess it will be too much. I don't know, but that's the way it is. And this will dry for us. But you see how the glitter sticks nicely to the paint. And that's our fall tree made out of cotton balls, which I think is really cool. A little messy, but cool.
Well, I hope you guys loved reading It's Fall by Linda Glaser, and you have a really cool fluffy tree, and we'll see you next time on Crafting a Story with Miss Nikki and Benny. Bye-bye.